What I want people to understand is that they are a soul having a human experience, and that experience is supposed to be delicious. And if that experience is not currently delicious in any way, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them. It simply means that they've been disconnected from the truth and the energy of themselves in some way. And that no matter how they've been disconnected, and no matter how long they've been disconnected, they can always come back home to themselves. And that coming back home to themselves can always create a more delicious life for them than they ever dreamed possible before. My name is Jerome, and I am the Soul Medicine Man. And what that means is that I help people heal their lives and their bodies and experience deeper levels of well-being through the practice of coming back home to themselves. So my journey into becoming who I am today in the Soul Medicine Man really started on January 1st of 2004 when I checked into a hospital with what I thought was the flu and ended up being diagnosed with kidney failure, pneumonia, pancreatitis, anemia, a parasite in my stomach, and if all that wasn't juicy enough, AIDS, and being given 7 days to live. And at that time, I threw everything I knew and understood about the law of attraction and creating my reality into my experience, because I thought, if this is really true, if we're really spiritual beings having a human experience and we can create anything, then we need to also be able to create a miracle. And I need to be able to create that in 7 days. Well, what I did worked for me. In 3 months' time, I was fully healed. I was being called a miracle by my medical team. And I thought I had this whole thing about creating our lives and healing our lives figured out, until I found myself back in that same hospital a year and a half later with the exact same diagnosis to the T. And instead of 7 days to live, this time doctors were giving me 48 hours to live. And this time on my deathbed, I had what's called a near-death experience, where I saw the light, crossed over into the other side, and had a conversation with the divine where I asked what was the true key to healing, not just healing my body, but having a true experience to well-being. And I was told during that experience that the key is to come back home to yourself. So what my healing journey was a masterclass in was understanding how everything we're experiencing and everything I'm experiencing in my external reality is just a reflection of my internal state of being. It's a reflection of the beliefs that I'm holding about myself, and it's a reflection of how I feel about myself. So my healing journey was really about understanding how me feeling ashamed of my sexuality and me feeling ashamed of my body, feeling like it wasn't thin enough, began beliefs in me that made me feel like something was wrong with me, and the illnesses were just a reflection of that. And learning how to heal that by loving myself more really began to heal my body, and it began to transform my life. And so what I learned in my own journey about healing my internal state of being so that I can change my life is what I teach my clients. I teach them how to heal their internal state of being, how to reconnect to the truth and wholeness of themselves, so that that wholeness, that truth, that well-being gets reflected in all of the external experiences of their lives. I typically work with spiritual seekers. So they're people who really care about their spiritual growth. They're in practice and in process with learning what it actually means to be a spiritual being. Now, they may not necessarily be highly, quote unquote, enlightened or awakened individuals. They may be in process with that, but that they care about that. They care about living the most high vibrational experiences they can and becoming their soul on the planet. Those are the people I like to work with, because those are the people that are willing and ready to do the deep work, and they're willing and ready to bring more love onto the planet. So there are several different options for people to work with me depending on how they want to come and how deep they want to go. So if they want more personalized and more intimate work, they can work with me one-on-one, and I have one-on-one intuitive coaching programs. Or if they want to work in a group setting, they can do a group coaching program, or they can do medicine circles where we meet in a very private, intimate setting and we share meals together. Or they can come to me for retreats, and I have group retreats where there are a small, intimate number of people that come with me. Or you can have your own personalized retreat where you get intimate, personalized attention for the healing or the well-being of your life. I have a deep passion for well-being, not just in my personal life, but in seeing it in the lives of others. If you really get to the core of any of our desires for anything we're wanting to manifest in our life, the deep core reason is because we want to really live well. We want to have a true experience of not just wellness in our bodies, but wellness in our lives, that our lives are healthy, that they're delicious, and that we love to live them. And my journey taught me what that really takes, and I want to share that with the world.